Hi everybody, I'm Corinne Blackstone and welcome to my craft room. Before we get started, be sure to check out my Creative Fabric of Fans page down below. If you know what Patreon is, it's similar to that. I have 2 included SVGs that come with your membership as well as early access to my YouTube videos, so you'll get to see them before anybody else. Be sure to check it out, it's pretty fun over there, and I've got some really cool SVGs coming out. Now, you guys always ask me for more videos using our little friend, the Cricut Joy. So today we are going to use the brand new cutaway cards from Cricut. They come in a ton of different colors with different backer finishes, so you can find kind of colors for anything that you want to make. These are really cool, brand new, and we're going to make 2 different cards. We're going to use a card that Cricut Design Space made for us, and then we're going to make our own design with a card so that you guys can see how easy it is to really create your own cards and how simple it is just to take one from Cricut Design Space and have a really amazing looking custom card. This is super fun, super easy, and I really liked working with these cutaway cards. It's a cool new technology, and I can't wait to see what you guys think. So let's get started. We are going to use the brand new cutaway cards from Cricut, and I'm going to show you 2 ways to do it because you can make your own designs or use something that they already have. So the first thing that you need to make sure that you do is up here in the upper right where it's got your machine selection. You're going to want to make sure that you have the Joy selected. If not, the cards won't show up. Then what you can do is go over here into projects, and you can choose under categories right here. There's a section specifically for their cutaway cards. They've got a couple really gorgeous ones. They've got a happy birthday, love, there's a love you, thanks, a wine glass, this little palm frond one, a bicycle. So there's lots of options, and then you can also have your own design here. So what I'm going to do is choose one of the already designed cards first, and I really am torn because I like a lot of them. I think they did a nice job. They're super cute. But let's do this happy birthday one because I think it's got lots of little cutouts, and then I like the fact that it does some writing as well. So all you'll simply need to do is, I'm going to choose customize, but you can literally just choose make it. But I want to look at what it looks like on our screen so that you guys can see how this is going to work. So it may take a second to load. I've noticed that my design space has been just a little bit slow today. So here is our card all set up, ready to go. And you can see here that we have 2 parts. We have one part that is listed under pen, and the other part is listed under the basic cut. Very, very simple, super easy. You don't have to do anything. You don't even have to change the colors. You can put whatever color pen you want to in this based on the color of your card. So while it is showing blue, you can use anything that you would like to. Simply click Make It. And what you'll see is it's going to set this up for you. So it's going to ask us a couple of things. Do we want to use it without a mat? No. Do we want to use it on just a regular mat? Definitely not. But we do want to use it for the pre-folded cards. So you'll need your Cricut card mat, your little Joy card mat for this. And what we're going to do is select that and then select Continue. Now it is going to look a little bit hard to see here because do you see the writing? It blends really well into this design. It's a little tough to see. Kind of bugs me, but it's fine. No big deal. But you could have always changed it so you could see it better. It's not a big deal. So what you're going to do, double check your material size. These cards are 4.25 inches by 5.55 inches. So right here is where our material size will be selected. Just make sure it's the right one. Then all we have to simply do is connect our machine, which I'm going to go turn mine on, and then we hit continue, and I'll show you what happens next. So I've got everything that we need here to work with our cutaway cards. We've got our Joy, got our pen, and we have cutaway cards right here. Now, these are specific from Cricut. These are called the cutaway cards, and there's a reason they're that way. So let me show you. So these cards are a little bit different. Now, I already pulled one out and pulled the backer out. And this is like a matte holographic. It's really pretty. But do you see this right here? This is actually hiding a sticky backer to it. So what you do is you peel off this. It's kind of like peeling the back off of transfer tape. And sometimes I will say that I'm not great at getting the backs off of some of these things. So grabbing a pin pen or a weeding tool can help to get the little paper backing off of this. And it reveals this sticky area. So what you want to do is take your backer, so this is the backer, this just single sheet, and you want to put it color side down onto your sticky area, and you want to make sure that you get it lined up so that your backer is covering the entire sticky area. Get it nice and lined up. It's not perfect, but as long as it's not hanging over the card on the sides, you're good to go. So now you have this lovely card. Now we are going to put this on to our card mat. So I'm going to go ahead and peel that off. My card mat has seen better days, but it should be just fine for this. Slide the bottom portion of your card, so the back part, like where you would write in it, up to the top of your Joy mat. And then you're going to go ahead and press your card down. Now, because my card mat is not insanely sticky anymore, I probably should get a new one. I'm going to go ahead and use my brayer to help hold this down. That's just going to give me a nice even press to hold it all down. The next thing that we'll need to do is to open up our Joy, and we need to load our pen into the little holder here. So I'm going to move you guys so that you can get a better view of what the Joy is doing. Since it's such a small little machine, I want you to be able to see this really well. So what we need to do is to change our pen and our tool here. So what you're going to do is, just like in your big machines, open up the clamp and you're going to pull out the tool. Now there is magnets on the side of your Joy that'll hold that just fine. It's technically not for that, but it's a bonus. And then you're going to open up your pen and you want to drop it in to this placement, and then you'll see that it sticks out the bottom. You don't have to push that one down like you would with your Explorer or your Maker. The next thing that we need to do is take our card, and we're going to place it right in here, and it's going to sense that it's there, and then all it's simply going to do is get started. Make sure that you click go over on the computer or the device that you are using for this, and then it's going to take it a second to kind of find your Joy, and then it will get started. Now the next thing that we need to do is remove this pen. So again, you just open the clamp, pop the pen out, and put the cap back on. And then you want to put your fine point blade right back in. So I'm going to go ahead and drop that in and just close the clamp. Then over at the computer, you can just tell it you're ready to go with the cutting. Now that it is all done cutting, go over to the computer and tell it that you're done. It unloads the mat itself, so we can just pull that out. Go ahead and close up the Joy. We're done with that. And then I'm going to show you how to remove all of these little pieces from the mat. So now that we have cut everything out, I like to leave it on the mat. For this part, it's a little bit easier. So this is going to be just like weeding vinyl. You're going to pull out the pieces that it cut of the paper. Now, I did one of these earlier, and I have to say, I did this a lot where the paper didn't want to come off of the cut right away. But if you get it in that first layer and then you kind of come back through for the second layer, you can get it off. I do think that that does need a little bit of work on the part of Cricut, but I still think these are pretty cool, so you can kind of see through there now. And then I'm going to just kind of go through and peel the rest off, but it's the same idea. So you want to just kind of get the paper off. And again, if you can get both parts, it's awesome. I just haven't had a whole lot of luck getting both pieces of paper to come off at the same time. I've really been struggling with that with these. So that may just be something that needs to be worked on the sticky end of this type of design. So I'm going to go ahead and peel this one off. Actually, I'll pull this off the card backer for you just so you guys can see. See, it doesn't cut through the backing. The backing stays whole. So that's pretty cool. So I can just put this to the side. Like I said, I find it a little easier to leave it on the mat, but you don't have to. And sometimes if a pen doesn't work, using tweezers can also be very, very helpful. So sometimes if you can get the tweezers to get under both edges, it can actually work a little bit better. It's really just whatever tool works for you. Like I just haven't found the exact tool that gets both parts right away. And these ones aren't super stabby tweezers, so these may not be my best choice. But just keep trying different tools. You'll find what works best for you and the way you want to weed and get all the stuff off. So here's some lightly stabbier tweezers. These might work a little bit better, but tweezers do tend to rip paper a little bit more. So I think you just have to play with it and just see what works for you. Like, see, those ones worked pretty okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of these little pieces off of here, and then when we're done, we can have this gorgeous card. Now we're going to make our own card. So what you'll do is, again, just go into projects, make sure that Joy is selected, and up here at the top, change this over to the cutaway cards. And then right here is the cutaway card design setup. So select that and just click customize. Now basically, this is just showing you where you can put your image and your design. So it's just a way to size it. This is not going to be something that we're going to use when we go to cut. You'll see right here it says hide this layer before cut. So we will do that, but this is so you can size it to where you want your design. So I'm just going to use something that I uploaded. So let's go to upload and see what we have that we think could work and be pretty fun for a card, because there's lots of things that you can do to make your own cards and make them look really cool. Let's use this little Mickey Mouse right here, because I think this one's going to look really cool with the gold background, because we'll do the gold card for this one. Now this is huge. So what we want to do first is size it down quite a bit. And I'm going to go ahead and fit this on to my card where I want it. I'm actually going to, I think, let's put it up at the top, and then let's put some words down at the bottom. Let's do like, let's get wild. I don't know, it just seems like it fits the theme. So I'm just going to open up a text box and just type in let's get, and then we'll hit enter and do wild. So I want to make sure to, you know, just play with my font, do whatever kind of font I want. So I'm going to up here change my font, and I think I'll do it in the font that I have that's kind of the Disney font, which is called Waltgraph. I'll link it down below. Now I do need to change my line spacing for this. Usually it's kind of too close. So what I want to do, I usually do about 5 or 6 depending on the letters that I use. So 6 looks okay. And I do need to letter space a little bit, because do you see how close my S is to my T? So what I want to do first is I'm going to align my font to be centered. Then what I'm going to do is ungroup it so that it's all separate letters. And I'm just going to slide this S over just a touch. Then I'm going to select all of my text. And I'm just going to attach it, but you could also weld it. Actually, you know what? I'll weld it. Welding you can't undo, so just be sure that you're happy with your text before you do that. But I just want less layers over here that I have to look at. So I'm going to go ahead and size this down so that it fits within my card area. I think that looks pretty good. So what I want to do now is make sure that I select my weld result and my Animal Kingdom result, and I want to attach them. That's going to be so that it lines it up where I want it to be on my card. Now it says to hide this layer before, and it cuts it off, but it says before cutting. So what we'll do is go ahead and hide that. That was mostly just for us to get an idea of how big we need to make our design. Now simply click make it. And again, it's going to ask us kind of what we want to do, and I want to do it on the card mat. So click continue. And then you'll see here that it lines it up perfectly on our card so that it's nice and centered, easy peasy, super fun. So what I'm going to do here, and this one isn't going to use a pen at all. This will only use the card cutting option. So let's go ahead and click continue. And this may take a second. Again, it kind of has to connect to your Joy, and then we have to choose the type that we want. So again, we want to go to browse all materials and find the cutaway card plus backer. Click done. Oops. Click done. So we'll need to load our mat, make sure our fine point blade is loaded. Once all of that is done, the go button down here will turn green, and we can click it and send it to the machine to cut out. But we need to go set up our card before we do that. So we're going to use this set of cards. This one has, let's see, it's got Twilight, Lavender, Tulip, and it has some backer inserts as well. So let's take a look at the colors that come with this set. I think this one will look really cool for the Let's Get Wild card. So I'll pull these out really quick. So our backers for this one are like a holographic gold, which I think is going to be super pretty. And then we have Twilight. Here's the Lavender. And then what was the other color called? Tulip. So Tulip is the same color that we used for the Happy Birthday. So I think we'll use this navy color, this Twilight, because I think that's going to look really cool and very like Disney 50th. I think that's actually like the perfect Disney 50th colors. So we're going to go ahead and use that. Now what I like is these are easy to put back away. They come in this little handy dandy sleeve that you can put right back in the box so that your cards don't get messed up. Just easy to keep them all nice and organized. So we'll have to set our card up again. So as if we did the last time, we are going to open this and we are going to pull off this paper backing from the sticky part of the card. We're just going to go like that and pull that off. This one's a little easier, I think, to see where that sticker is versus on the tulip colored one, because you can see how much shinier it is. So that's the sticky part. And again, you want to make sure that you put this with the holographic side down if you want that to show. Now you could absolutely do it with the white side down if you want to. It's up to you. You don't have to do it with the holographic side down. I just choose to because I think that's going to look very Disney 50th. So I'm going to try a different way on this one. I think I'm going to hold it like this, scoot it up a little, and then lay it down. Oh, that worked really well. Okay, that's perfect. So now that we have that all loaded, get out our card mat, slide our card into our mat, and get it all the way up to the top and all the way in. Put our mat down, and again, I'm going to use the brayer to hold our card down nice and tight to the mat. I'm so excited to see how this comes out. I think this one is going to be super, super cute. I'm going to pull the machine in and then I'll get you guys the better view of the machine so that you can see it working. First thing we'll do is load in our card, and it's going to do that automatically. It senses that is in there. Then I have to go to the computer and hit go. All we've done is clicked unload over at the computer, and then it unloads our card. So let's go ahead up to the overhead view so you can see me kind of try to weed this out. So now what we're going to do is pull out all of the parts that we want to show the gold through. Now I will say I can see some spots like the T's that didn't cut great, and I kind of was a little bit concerned that they might not, since the holes in them are so small. But we're going to give it a shot anyways, and we'll see how it does. This may not go as well as I had intended, but let's try and see how it works and see if any of these smaller areas will in fact stay down. Because this will be the perfect tester to say, like, can you cut something small? Can you use this for intricate designs? I mean, it didn't seem to be so great on the last one we tried for like the smaller spots. But let's see how it does with our own design. I can already see there's some spots that like want to come up, and I think once they've kind of come off, I'm not sure that there's really a whole lot of a way to, well, actually that worked. You can kind of hold them back down if you want to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and rip this off just so I'm working with just one side of our little design, because I do have some smaller areas coming up like between this little giraffe's legs and stuff that I want to just be cautious of and try to make sure that they stay down. Now, one thing I've noticed with working with these is that if, just like with vinyl, if it doesn't stay down, you can kind of bend this and push that back down. And it does seem to stay a little bit better. So let me get this giraffe all kind of pulled off. Now you see we got a little monkey, a rhino, there's the giraffe. The trees are definitely not coming out as well. But again, I think a lot of it is due to the fact that those holes are so tiny. But I'm going to go ahead and rip that off again so that I can just work on the tree by itself. It seems like just with like vinyl, you can kind of pop it so that you're only working on smaller areas at a time, which is nice because it, just like with any kind of weeding, sometimes it can be a little tedious, but I think it's pretty cool. What you'll notice too is that the back of your cardstock now is sticky. So that's what's kind of helping you keep those parts on, is that your cardstock now has like a sticky back to it. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull this. We didn't get a great cut right there, but that's okay. You can kind of help it. All right, now I'm getting into his antlers over here because we've got a, I don't know, a moose, a deer, an elk, something. Some sort of moose-like creature. I'm going to go ahead and peel this off. So let me go ahead and finish doing all of the weeding here. And then once that is complete, we will have a really cool looking card. So all in all, I don't think that it was super hard. I did lose some pieces, but nothing too crazy. I think it looks really cool, and it was super easy to do. I would say definitely not a thing that I would use for intricate cuts or something that has really small cuts, but I do think it came out really cute. Here are both the cards that we made. So we did one in landscape and one in portrait. One was designed by Cricut Design Space. That's his happy birthday one. And then we made our own card using our own design and fonts with this. I really think these cutout cards are cool. They're easy to use. The weeding's a little bit tough, but once you kind of get the rhythm, it's not so hard. It is definitely harder than weeding vinyl, but it's a really cool concept, and I think that you could really make some gorgeous, impactful cards pretty simply by using the cutout cards from the Cricut line. The little Joy is perfect for this kind of stuff. I really don't use mine very often, as you saw in the video, because I needed to do an update, but I think with these, I would probably use it a little bit more to make my own cards and designs with these cool cutout cards. There's tons of different colors. I'm going to link them below for you. They're both available on Amazon and on Cricut.com, so I'll link those below. That way you can find them super duper easy. If you guys have any questions about this or any of the other crafts that we've done here, please let me know in those comments down below. If you guys have any questions at all, I hope that you guys had so much fun learning how to use the cutout cards from Cricut. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and as always, happy crafting!